It's another gorgeous morning, and we're headed out trash picking, because that's really all I ever do is go trash picking and watch YouTube videos and sleep. Today is questionable whether or not there's going to be any piles on the curb. You know, this is one of those towns where they might put the stuff out today, they might put it out tomorrow. There might be a lot of piles, there might not. But there's only one way to find out, which is to go and drive around for a while, which is what I'm going to do. So I will keep you abreast of the pile situation once I get down there. I haven't seen one pile yet, but there is some pretty cool looking construction equipment up here, so we can check that out at the very least. Look at all these tractors and things. I wonder what they're doing. Wow, that's pretty wild. This town is pretty particular about when you can put stuff on the curb, which is probably why I haven't seen a pile yet. Except this pile, which is just a couple of really crappy chairs. So I'm gonna keep going around, but I don't have much hope. Not for today anyway. All right, it's good news. We found the second pile of the day. The second pile in town. And it looks like some rain-soaked fiberboard boards that are painted white, and so they're blowing out the exposure on the camera. All right, that's pile number 2. Can't wait to find pile number 3. Okay, so I guess all is not lost. We have found one pile here, and you know what? It's not a bad pile. We got this vacuum cleaner, which has the cord still on it, so I can cut that. Little fishing tackle box. Think there's any goodies in here? No, there aren't. There's nothing in here. But it's a neat little box anyway. Then we got the O-House triple beam balance, which might be worth $1 or $2. Then we have this really kind of cool miter saw setup. And an air conditioner, which I'll probably just leave alone. Normally I would cut the cord off of this, but my friend is going to be in this town later, and he takes the whole air conditioner, and if it works, he'll sell it at the flea market. So we'll leave that there. So I'm glad we found at least one pile. There's a lot of noise right now because we're near my car and a waterfall, but I wanted you to see this miter saw. It's by Goodell Pratt. It's cast iron. Looks like a pretty interesting piece. I don't know if it's worth anything, but there is a market for this old woodworking stuff. So maybe I can sell that. I certainly won't scrap it. Check this out. I just looked these up on eBay. One of them sold for 97 bucks. One of them sold for $233, but that looks like some kind of rare variation. And one sold for $69.99. So I guess that was a pretty good score after all. This is kind of weird. I don't know if this is a trash pile or some kind of art project. Let's see. Please help yourself to anything on this tarp, but we do ask that you do not take the tarp itself, thank you. Have a wonderful day and please stay safe. With a heart, toilet paper, and hand sanitizer. So I guess if you want a weird little table that has an electrical outlet in it, you can take it. This is sad because somebody put a lot of effort into making these, whatever they are, and you know someone's just going to come and cut all the cords off of them. Not me, though. And then here's a chair. Actually, these are pretty good. These are like those vent things you put in your attic in between the insulation and the eaves so that the airflow can go around the insulation. I don't need those, though. I hate to say it, but pretty much the only valuable thing in this pile is the tarp itself. But I don't really take tarps anyway. Cute tea cart. Nice little brass wheels, but not going to be bothered with that. So that's a very, very friendly and accommodating pile. And I'm interested to see what happens with those little tables. So here's another pile. I don't really know what this big black thing is. You know what that is? That's like the cover for a pickup truck. And man, look at this mower. The Turf Power Plus by Agway. The 5 horsepower Briggs. I don't really take mowers, so I'm going to leave that for my buddy. And then a garbage can with some clothesline in it. Well, okay. At least it's a pile. It's not really a good pile, but it's a pile. Here's another pile, which is just a barbecue grill. And this is the point where I'm really going to have to make a decision. Do I stay in this town and hope that things get better? It's a pretty nice barbecue grill. It's not even a barbecue, it's just a fire pit. But do I stay in this town and hope that things get better, or do I go to another town where the pickup isn't for like another week? So there's probably not going to be any piles there either. I'm going to have to make up my mind soon. So I've made an executive decision to bail out of that town. It's going to be good tomorrow, but it's terrible today. And I've parked totally illegally so that I can show you this absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous view of the Hudson River. Isn't that beautiful? With the mountains and the sunshine and a barge and everything and railroad tracks. Yeah, this is a great place to live, isn't it? All right, now let's get back in the Camry and go dig through people's garbage. I almost got in big trouble back there for parking illegally. Everyone was mad at me. Everyone was yelling at me. But I think it was worth it so that you could see the view. It's beautiful. Well, it's been a long and arduous journey. Seriously, there were more a-holes on the way down here than you'd find in a proctologist's office. But there's a pile, and in the pile there's this electrical motor. It's attached to a plastic base, so I'm going to have to get that off. But at least that's empty. At least we're finding piles, and I just got here now, so this is a good sign. Here's a pretty good looking pile that looks like it just came out today, but there's two dudes that are kind of staring at me, so we'll see how that goes. Wow, fireplace tools with golf club heads on them. Some pretty interesting chairs. A little bit of metal. This old gas can, but that's really rough. So I will take this this pickaxe head, maybe this aluminum, and probably those fireplace tools. I thought these tools were brass, but they're not. They're just like die cast and iron. But they do have this really, really cool threaded metal golf ball on the top. Check this thing out. I mean, when have you ever seen something like that? I think that's made of iron. I don't think it's brass, but definitely worth taking. So I'll take the whole thing and scrap it and keep my golf ball for myself. This pile looks like it's been sitting in the rain for at least a day or two, but nobody has bothered to cut the cords off the vacuum cleaners like this Dyson. Guaranteed never to lose suction, but they threw it in the trash anyway. All right, I'll take those cords. And the cord that was in the printer, I didn't cut the ends off of this one because this is like one of those boombox cords. So you can use that on like a boombox or a radio from the 80s. So I try to save these instead of cutting them. Today's getting a little bit better. Check out what we got here at the telescope. The Celestron Power Seeker 114AZ. It maybe isn't exactly in mint condition. I don't really see much else in this pile, but I wanted to check that thing out anyway. Yeah, some little kid stuff. Little Tykes things. Oh, and look, I didn't even notice this. One brake rotor. Like they just... What? If this is the one they replaced, what did the other one look like? Here's another pile, and I can't really tell if they put it out today or if it's been sitting in the rain or what. Probably the latter. Look, inside this garbage bag, it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. And I would open the bag, but he's missing a leg. Poor turtle. And, wow. You know what? I've come to the conclusion that this pile not only has been sitting out in the rain, but it probably was terrible before that happened. It's like somebody's old toilet. This is what happens sometimes when you're like in between routes and you're desperate to go trash picking and you just roll the dice and come down anyway. You find this. All right, let's go find a good pile. I've been here like an hour now, and I really haven't found much of anything. It's understandable though, and it sure is a gorgeous day. So I think on the way home from this place, maybe I'll swing through that other town again and see if anybody put anything on the curb. But until then, I guess I'll just keep going around here until I finish this route. And then maybe I'll dip over to another route and see what I can find there. Like I've said before, it really only takes one really good pile to make your day. So if we're lucky, we'll find that pile today. And if not, maybe we'll find it tomorrow. I am so excited right now because here's a pile. And I swear I didn't see this pile 2 weeks ago. See? It doesn't have grass clippings on it from the last time they mowed the lawn. Everything isn't soggy and damp and wet and rainy. No, these boxes haven't been sitting out here for 2 weeks. I swear. This is a great pile. It's just fantastic. And as soon as I'm done recording, I'm going to dig all the awesome stuff out of it and put it in the car. I swear. So after a lot of years in the junk business, I know there are certain brands of things that are worth looking for. For example, Bose speakers. But when those Bose speakers have been sitting out in the rain for a week and they're pretty much destroyed, I don't think it's necessarily always a great idea. Now, surprisingly, this right here, this foam, that's not the end of the world. They do sell refoaming kits for pretty much every speaker on earth. But the overall condition of these is just horrible, and they're really big. And I just kind of destroyed the grill when I took it off. So I think we will leave these here and let them go to the landfill. Wow, this pile is huge. Let's see, we got the hot tub. Got this cast iron umbrella stand, which we will take. Barbecue grill. Magnet sticks to it. Does it have grates in it? Sure does. We'll take that. Box full of stuff. Nothing good. A dresser. There's a pool pump over there. Shelves. I can't tell how long this stuff's been out here, but there's definitely some cool stuff in here. This street has 3 piles, so let's check out the first one, which looks to be like a bag full of baby clothes or doll clothes, and some junk that's been in the rain, bags that have been in the rain, and golf clubs. Not really what we're trying to find out here. But look, it's a little teddy bear. Hi, teddy bear. Pile number 2 has more golf clubs and an umbrella and a dresser and one of these mason jar gumball machine things and some glass and some books that have been sitting in the rain for like a week. So pile number 2 is also a swing and a miss. Here's pile number 3, and this is really weird making this video because the neighbors across the street are shuffling their cars to fit them in the driveway. This stuff is pretty good. I'm not gonna take it because it's really not my cup of tea, but there's a lot of like kids' toys here. Not sure if it's been in the rain or not. Looks like it has, so it's a bit sad. I mean, look at this whole bucket full of toys and things. Again, it's not really the kind of stuff that I take. I don't know, maybe I'll take this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle guy. But it's pretty sad that this stuff's been out in the rain. But that's the 3rd pile on this street, and I think we're gonna call this town quits and go back to the other town and see if anyone put any piles out, because it has been a few hours since we came down here. So I'll see you once we get back there. So we're back in the other town. The tarp is still here, the sign is still here, but most of those little tables are gone. The T-card is gone, the little insulation things are gone. I wonder if a lot of piles came out while I was gone and people snatched them up. We'll find out. I don't have my glove on right now because I don't have high hopes for this Weber grill. It's a nice pretty red one though. What do you think? Yep, just as I thought. It has the grates, but they're not stainless, they're not cast iron, and therefore they're worthless. But it was worth a try. This pile doesn't look too great, but it does have what looks like a shock tower, which is a decent piece of metal, and then a brake backing plate so that's not bad. Here's an empty box for a hub assembly. See, sometimes if you see the empty box, oh, and here's a monitor speaker. I don't think I would pick that up. It's probably all, I don't know. Sometimes when you see the empty box for the car parts, you can find the metal, but it looks like either somebody already took it or they threw it out themselves, but we get a couple little pieces. You know, it's a few pennies worth, we'll take it. I just saw another picker eyeball in this pile, and she takes a lot of the same stuff that I do. But I don't think she takes scrap metal, which is probably why she didn't help herself to this delicious dryer cord over here. So we'll grab that. I wonder what she did take though. Probably something. I don't really regard the other pickers as my competitors as long as they behave themselves and don't pile hop. They're more like contemporaries or friends, and you compare notes and see what they found. Let's see. That's a print, not a painting. Totally worthless. All right, we'll get our cords. It's a fun little pile, but not really a lot of value here. This pile is a little bit weird because this is my ex-girlfriend's house, and she died. Her brother told me that they threw out this big drum. It's a cool drum, but it's too big. If it was one of those smaller, like half-size drums, I'd probably take it. Let's see, really big dog cage. I didn't even know she had a dog. Rubbermaid stuff, Tupperware. What's in these bags? I know what this is. She used to collect these Nelmac plates. See right here on the back it says melamine dinnerware. I was probably with her at a garage sale when she bought this stuff. So it's kind of weird seeing stuff that was in my house and then it left my house and moved to this house, and 10 years later it's on the curb. It's bizarre. I don't think I'm going to take this stuff because it's pretty worthless and hard to sell, and it's just kind of creeping me out. So that's my ex-girlfriend's garbage pile that I think I don't want to come back to tomorrow. This is a good sign. This is the pile from before, like this morning where we got the miter saw and where we didn't cut the cord off the air conditioner. And check this out, no one else did either. There's a lot of metal in here. I don't know if I'm really going to take any of it. There's that vacuum cleaner. Some sleds, some pallets, a really cool looking big piece of wood. You see this metal? These car ramps, I guess, they're not really considered iron as much as they are tin. And you got to be careful with these old steel car ramps because they do bend, and that is not a good look. I guess we could take this chainsaw. That's mostly dirty aluminum. I don't know about these Coleman Lanterns. I have so many of these at my house. I guess it won't hurt to take 2 more, right? So this town is looking a little bit better. There are more piles out, but nothing of any real consequence. So what I'm going to do is I am going to end this video here, and we will make another video tomorrow when things should really pick up here. So I do appreciate you guys coming along with me today. It's been a little bit of a slow day, but I've had fun and I hope you have too. And until next time, thanks for watching.